Hey everyone, it's Jen with Pretty Little Garden, and I am here in my garden today in my Zone 6B garden. I'm in Western New York, and we are trying to bust out into spring over here. We are trying our best. Actually, today is the spring solstice. It's March 20th, 2026. So for this year, it's falling on March 20th. So it's officially, the first day of spring. And like I said, we are trying really hard here. We've had a really, really cold, snowy winter, and have had snowstorms as of just like last weekend. So we are just breaking out of this cold weather, and we did have a few warmer days like in February, and but it changed, and we resorted and defaulted to the cold weather and the snow once again. But I think we're finally breaking free of that, and I am out here today. I'm determined to do a garden walkabout with you. I want to just see what's going on in my garden. I want to see what's popping up, what's coming alive. I want to assess and see what I need to be doing, and I want to share it with you. So it did start raining just when I stepped out here. I knew it was supposed to start raining this morning, but I just, I said to myself, I want to get out here before the rain comes. Well, the rain has come, but I still think we can make this work, even if it's sprinkling a little bit. Maybe I'll grab my umbrella. So yeah, I'll grab my umbrella, and we'll take a walk around the garden. Okay, I've got my umbrella here, and the rain is here, so I hope the rain isn't. Okay, I just had to take a phone call. I'm back out here, and it actually looks like the rain has let up just a bit. So I actually love doing garden walkabouts when it's lightly raining or has just rained. More like when it has just rained, because it just gives everything such a beautiful, glossy, fresh, exciting look. So yeah, we'll just start in the front here, and you can see all the green I have going on here. I know I say this all the time, but I really do need to trim my creeping juniper, and hopefully I will. This is just a beautiful carpet of green, isn't it? Look at it. It's just everywhere. It's spilling out onto the sidewalk here. Started out as a really small little mound in front of that rock there, and it's just grown and grown and grown. I do think if I cut it like halfway up, I can plant kind of in the front here too. So yeah, it looks like there's been some critters or something making tracks in there. Not quite sure. I did plant some tulips in the front here, and they're coming up, so I'll show you those. This is our little driveway marker, so nobody runs into the grass during the winter time. But look at, here are my tulips starting to come up. I'll put on the screen what I planted. They're starting to come up in between my Stella de Oro daylilies and my Junior Walker catmint. So I think I'll have kind of a beautiful show of tulips. I'm really happy about that. Planted in the ground this year. Last couple of years I've planted in containers, so that's really exciting. Let's take a closer look. Look at that. Just beautiful. Here's my Golden Globe arborvitae. I really love these. I have 4 of them, 2 here and 2 there. Funny story about these though. Maybe like a number of years ago, when we first planted these, I was doing the pruning for my husband one day, because a lot of times he'll prune the shrubs for me, or he used to at least prune a lot of the shrubs for me, but I've taken over a lot of it. But anyway, I said, oh, don't worry, I'll trim things up. So I was like daydreaming. I had an AirPod in, and I started pruning on these, and I literally pruned them down to nubs. I kid you not. It was hilarious. I was listening to something on my phone. I think my mind just started to wander. I pruned them down to nothing. You can't do that because they didn't grow back. You know, these are the Golden Globe Arborvitae, and you really don't need to prune them at all. I mean, a little bit of a clip here and there, but they generally don't need it. So yeah, that one day my husband came home and he's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I just did that." It was kind of funny, but we replaced them and they're beautiful. Let me just come over here. I don't want to step in my bed. I'll just walk around. Just want to show you the flaming carpet sedum over here. Look at how beautiful. See how it's starting to kind of glow, right? And there's 3 different kinds of sedum that make up this flaming carpet. Looking really beautiful. So yeah, that's the flaming carpet sedum. My dwarf Alberta spruce, they're looking awful. I have to say, looking really terrible. They were attacked by spider mites last year, and we don't know if these are going to recover. Not quite sure. You know, I really don't want to spend the rest of my life having to douse them with neem oil. Look at the kind of dead look here. And I know these usually look much, much better. In the springtime, they start to pop with this like chartreusey green new growth, and I don't see any of that coming up. So, you know, we'll have to see what becomes of these here, but I'll just kind of back up and give you a little bit better look there. And I've got my emerald gayety euonymus there. I'll just come up on the front porch here and show you. There's not much going on here. We did put this is kind of our spring wreath out. It's a faux wreath, eucalyptus wreath, really pretty and full. So we've got that going for ourselves. And my garden shelf, I don't have anything on it yet, but I have lots of things to bring out very, very soon. You know, lots of decorations for spring. But I did purchase these hellebore, and they're looking kind of sad right now. See how they're kind of flopping over. Let's see. I just purchased these from Wegmans, from my grocery store, Wegmans, about a week ago. They were looking gorgeous. They were only $16. I thought that was a good price for a hellebore. Usually I see them for a little bit more expensive around here. So I picked up 2 of them, and we got a snowstorm like right after that, and I had put them out here. So, you know, they can tolerate the snow and the cold temperatures, but you know, they had been in the grocery store, so they didn't really have any time to acclimate to my cold weather. I just stuck them out here and they kind of flopped. I think they'll be fine though. So I'm planning on planting those in the ground soon, very, very soon. This is my little statue of Lucy, my dog. Statuary likeness of Lucy. She's inside right now because it's raining, so she won't be joining us on the garden tour. Okay, let's walk over here. I'll show you my Southside garden bed, and that's really about all for the front yard, and then we'll head to the back. Okay. Yeah, I planted a few different things in here back in the fall, so it'll be really interesting to see how things come up. I did some spirea candy corn, I think it was, double play candy corn, spirea. I also planted a Pinky Winky hydrangea, Pinky Winky Prime hydrangea, so that's exciting. There's one there, and there's my other Pinky Winky Prime, and new spireas. I've got a new one right over there too. So there's one spirea, 2, and then that other one that I showed you over there. I've got to cut down these grasses. I did kind of clean these up a bit, separated them. You know, this bed is slowly improving. My Colorado blue spruce, starting to push some new growth, you see there, which I love. Kind of funny how this one doesn't have any blue tips yet. Isn't that interesting? No blue tips on this one, but we have a lot on that other one. Still a little bit of snow on the ground, but like I mentioned, It's March 20th, so hello spring. We're saying hello. We've had enough of the winter weather. Okay, let's go around to the backyard. This is my side cottage garden. It's just waking up. I did plant a bunch. Here, let me back up so you can see this a little bit better before I show you where I planted the tulips. My side cottage garden, I kind of put, I have the formality with the euonymus, and the lavender here in the front. But I do fill it with lots of different things that I've winter sown. I have clematis that grow up these trellis, and I've got some, I do have some echinacea, that's what I was thinking of, and what is it called? Black-eyed Susans that come up here, and I did plant a bunch of tulips here too, so you can see they're starting to pop up. A bunch of pink tulips. They're all pretty much the same. I'll put the variety on the screen for you. I kept my Rock and Flame, the blue salvia, in place. And to be honest, I thought, oh, there's a chance. I covered it with leaves. And I also, what did I do? Oh, we had so much snow that I thought, oh gosh, it was covered with snow. And sometimes, snow can be a great insulator and can keep things warm. So I thought maybe there's a chance, but I think once the snow melted and the cold weather hit again, I don't think that it survived. I haven't really taken a close look at it here, but you can see it looks pretty dead. Got some snapdragons back in there, orange wonder snapdragons. And let's just head into the backyard and take a look at what's going on in the backyard. I hope the rain isn't bothering the audio on this video too much. Okay, I just walked through my front gate here from the side cottage garden, and you can see I've got my generous gardener climbing rose. That's going to be exciting when I prune that this year. We're not quite ready, almost ready, I guess, to start pruning in my area, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. But I think everything, is looking pretty good. I've come down to the very bottom here, and I see a lot of green, healthy growth. So that's exciting. So yeah, I'll be working on that soon, and I hope to share a video about that as well. Let's come on over to this other side here. Oops, my umbrella just got caught on one of the thorns, but a lot of good green growth at the bottom there too. And you can see it is raining. I'm sure you can hear the rain, but we're pushing through here. I'm excited to be outside even if it is raining. It's been such a long winter. I know a lot of you can probably relate to that. So I'm excited just to be outside right now and talking with you guys. I know it's been a few weeks since I've posted a video. There just wasn't anything for me to be doing. I mean, I do a lot of winter sowing, but I don't sow seeds inside yet, maybe someday. So, there wasn't a whole lot for me to share. I just want to mention over here, see these arborvitae that I have in pots. Let's see if I can slide through here. I'm so excited that these, oh gosh, I had left these in the pots back in the fall. I got them last summer, and they're American Pillar Full Speed Ahead arborvitaes. They look amazing. I mean, they probably got dumped on with snow, so maybe they were protected that way. I think the tag is behind them. Let me see if I can get the tag and show you. Okay, I found the tag. It was it was buried. I gotta let this tag dry out a little bit, but here it is. They're the Full Speed Ahead American Pillar arborvitae. I have 2 of them, so I'm glad they survived. So I'll have to find a nice spot for them, in the spring when we get rolling right into the spring. And here is another bed here. I've got my snow fountain weeping cherry, and I did work in this bed when the weather warmed up. So you'll see it looks pretty good in terms of pruning and stuff. I cut down all my spirea. I think this is the gold flame spirea that I have right here. The Stella de Oro daylilies are coming up. I really would like to move those completely out of this bed this year because they're not getting sun because of the snow fountain weeping cherry getting so big. I'd like to fill this with some shade-loving plants. I did prune my Pix U's back there. I was able to get that done on some warmer days, mainly in February. I think I'll show you some clips of what I had done. I also pruned this panicle little lime hydrangea and I fertilized it. So I have been getting some things done. Here we've got some peonies coming up. Let's see, I can see some red growth there. I should be having some action over here pretty soon with these peonies as well. What else do I have here? What is that called? Early bird catmint. Oh gosh, the rain is really starting to come now. This is a limelight hydrangea. I did prune and fertilize that as well. You can see all the fresh cuts. Really kind of took that down, fertilized it. Underneath I've got some perennial geraniums, planted a couple, I don't think it was last fall, but maybe the fall before that. So maybe the fall of 2024. They're starting to get a little bit bigger. There's two kinds in here. There's the Max Free or the Max Frey, that's it along the back there. And then there's Bloody Cranesbill, I think it's called, which is more of the pink bloom. Here's another one. That one's a little small. And so hopefully that'll start to fill out a little bit better. You can see here's this bed here with my privets. We've got the catmint, the early bird catmint starting over here. That really needs to be adjusted and moved. We extended this bed and we have to continue working on that, and I want to move that catmint. I'm just going to show you my emerald green arborvitae. These do not look as good as the ones on the other side because we had some issues with watering when they were first planted, but I'll show you. You know, I don't know. I mean, this one on the end, that one should go at some point, but I don't know. These are I'm feeling like they're kind of rebounding a little bit, so not quite sure we're going to take those out. You know, so you don't want to take something out that you spent a lot of money on, but I mean, you do see there is, that one looks kind of bad, but it's just the reality, what I'm dealing with right here. It's not as pretty, but let's keep walking here. We've got the river birch trees. Those are going to start to green out pretty soon, and that'll be beautiful. My pulmonaria is coming up. Those are 3 pink-a-blue pulmonaria. This is my viburnum. These are 2 viburnum that we planted. See how those come up this year. Another river birch tree. And I did prune this hydrangea as well over here. This is another little line. So you can see I did kind of give that a good prune. Here's my shed, guys. You can see this dwarf Alberta spruce. See, that is not looking so good. Ooh, let me back up here a little bit. But this is what it looks like right now. I emptied my window boxes on a warm day, and I did prune down the 2 spirea that's flanking either side right under the window box there. Those are neon flash spirea that they bloom a really neon pink kind of color. So I was able to prune those down. I have been working, you know, as much as I can when I can, but we've had just, like I said, just a lot of snow and a lot of cold this year. You can see the damage on that dwarf Alberta spruce. You can see up top here too, so not good. That is not good, but that's just part of it, I guess, right? Part of the gardening process. Let's go around the corner here. This one's looking a little better, as you can see. This dwarf Alberta spruce, not as much damage as the other one. Okay, we've got some heuchera. We've got my endless summer bloomstruck hydrangeas. They love this spot. They're so protected by right on the side of this shed here, and the wind just comes through, and they're protected by the dwarf Alberta spruce, and they love it. They love it here. So when they get going, they really look beautiful. My bird station needs a little tending to. Again, they've emptied it again. I've got to get some fresh water in there and some new fresh bird seed. So I got some heucheras going on back here. You can see all my pots. All my pots. You know, I'm going to use that soil again for most of these. You can see that these little violas, look at these, are starting to wake up. Let's see. Can you show us your face? Can you show us your face, little viola? Aw. Really cute. These are some ever-bearing strawberries that are starting to green up again. That'll be great to have those. And everything else, I've got some clematis in those blue pots. And then just some empty pots just waiting to be filled. We do have some perennial grasses. I think that is the, gosh, I forget what kind of grass that is. Let's see if I can take a look really quick. Oh, I don't remember what it's called. I want to say it might be the blue mohawk grass. Let's keep going. Got the evergreen arborvitae. This is the Thuya green giant western arborvitae, looking good. Yeah, this tree I think is dead. This is our, although I don't know, I can't be certain, but this is the, oh gosh, I can't remember the name now. What is the name of this tree? Crimson Century Norway Maple. Crimson Century Norway Maple. I think I was doing a scratch test a while ago. I couldn't, and when I break it off, you know, it's just kind of, there's no green. Let's see. I'll break this off. Oh no, this one is bendy. So this one is bendy. It could be alive. Oh, that one looks like it's got some life to it. I really want to do something with this tree, you guys. I don't like it here anymore. It's not suiting me. Look at that red twig. Ivory halo red twig dogwood color. Gorgeous. Love it. I don't like that one there though. I want to remove that one, and I want to remove this tree. And then I don't know, we have to build it up again, I think. You know, it's having some issue with drainage. Beautiful rose here. I think this is Earth Angel. Right over here, you can see there's some green at the base. I'll be cleaning those up soon. Let's see. Oh, I do see my, I see at least one allium coming up. Maybe another one. Look at, here's one of them. You see that? See that? And I do see a couple other ones coming up. This is exciting. Ooh, look at that. I think they're the gladiator alliums. I will double check everything, but I think it's the gladiator allium. Another one there. Another one coming up there. I was able to get out and prune the, oh gosh, what is it? Summerific hardy hibiscus. That's the one of them that I have. So I did prune that down. This here is a barberry. Forget the variety, but that's a barberry. You can see there's some needles that are fallen from the Vanderwolf pyramidal pine tree, but really looking great. It's just so nice to even be out here in the rain. I got to be completely honest. It's really lifting my spirits. I mean, you don't know, just, well, I'm sure you do know. You know, sometimes when you're in the cold weather for so many months, it can really dampen your spirits and bring you down sometimes. And I did have the winter blahs. I really did. You know, but just getting out in the fresh air, you can feel there's hope. There's hope. There's always hope, you guys, right? There's always hope. But the garden reminds you of that so much, day after day. Reminds me. It really helps me mentally, physically. I love to get out here. You know, you have days where you're more sore, but I love to get out here and move, garden, create, and share with you. I love sharing with you on YouTube. I really do. I hope if you enjoy my videos, you would subscribe and join me. Okay. hot mess. These Miscanthus gracilis, a big hot mess going on here. Never prune them down. Even on the warmer days that we had in February, I just didn't get to it, but a big hot mess going on here. That's okay though. That's okay. We'll get to it. We will get to it. So we got 3 of those. Oh wow, it's really starting to rain, guys. I'm moving kind of fast now. Talking kind of fast and moving kind of fast. Let's see, another rose there. I think that's a heirloom pink eleganza rose. I hope that survived. Another dogwood. We've got I've got 3 hydrangeas back here. The original, Endless Summer original. I did plant a new hydrangea here. That looks like it's been eaten, but which one was this? I think this is the Fit Fab Fun. I'll put the name up. We had a lot of bunny activity too. Look at this one. Oh, gorgeous. A lot of bunny activity. I had bunny droppings everywhere. Look at these emerald green arborvitae. Aren't they beautiful? I had bunny droppings everywhere in my yard. So I'm sure that they nibbled on quite a few things. Okay, guys, we're going to kind of end things in just a few minutes here. I just want to bring you around. I think I'm going to come out and prune some of my forsythia, force some blooms inside. I'm just about at the point where they're about to start popping. They're still dormant, and that's the key. You know, if you want to force some blooms inside, I might just come out and do that. You can clip off some of your forsythia blooms, put them in some warm water, and have yourself a nice bright centerpiece of yellow blooms inside. It's supposed to rain all day today. All day today. And this is just the last bed by my patio here. And I haven't really gotten to this bed. I do have to prune this hydrangea still. I do have to clip those pixius. I don't think I'm going to do any tree pruning this year unless I see anything that's really concerning. But my Blondie winter creeper euonymus. And I think I'll just end, guys. I'm just going to take you up here and show you my winter sowing. And then I'm going to go inside because it is starting to really come down. But it's good. I think these needed some water. Here's my winter sowing. I did all kinds of things this year. A lot of violas. This whole section here, pretty much violas. And then I did some snapdragons and some foxglove. I did a ton of things. Once I ran out of the milk jugs, as soon as I had containers from berries or salad, juice containers, juice jugs, I was winter sowing. So I hope I have just as much success as I did last year. Last year I felt like everything came up so good. I just hope I have the same experience. You never can tell from year to year, you know, how things are going to turn out for you. Sometimes you have wins and sometimes you have losses. So we'll see. I'll make sure to share. There's nothing coming up, nothing at all. I've already looked, you know, inside, and it's just a little too early still. Yeah, so that is my garden. My Zone 6B garden here in Western New York. Okay, I'm under the patio now. You can see, oh, Lucy, she just probably wanted to be outside with me. But, sorry, Lou. I didn't want you to get all wet. Okay, I'm just kind of under my covered patio here, but it is really, really raining. So I'm going to end the video here, but thank you so much for walking around the garden with me. Honestly, it really lifted me. It's been a long winter. It's been a really long winter, and you know, I do get that seasonal affective. I do get the winter blues. You know, I'm affected when we are in the house for months and months and months on end and you can't get outside. So this really felt good today to get outside and to share my garden with you. I'm looking forward to the garden season, the 2026 garden season, looking forward to sharing with you and all that I do. And I hope you'll join me. So I hope you'll subscribe if you like my content, if you love my videos, leave me a comment down below. And I will see you in my next video. I will see you next time in my pretty little garden. Have a great day.